Hi, this is Tim at Volgistics with your tip of the week for November 11, 2024. Volgistics includes a checklist feature that can help you track volunteer requirements. And of course, we can see these on the History tab for any volunteer, but how do you find all the volunteers who are due for a checklist item? Well, one option is to use the checklist page here. So if we go to checklist, we can choose an item, and I'm going to look for this annual evaluation. And I want to include volunteers who are due now or due in the next 30 days. So we'll click go, and then we'll see all of those volunteers listed out here. So this is a really quick way to find volunteers who need to complete this. In addition to using this page, another option is to create a report, and we can create one that will run automatically to find these volunteers, and we can have this appear in the mailbox in Volgistics, or it can even be sent by email to someone outside the account. To do this, there are going to be a few steps. We're going to create a set and then a report. So let's go for the set first. So we'll choose sets, and we'll create a new set. And we'll call this annual evaluation due. The set is based on their checklist. We'll click go, and we'll select our item here. We'll have the same options as we saw on the checklist page. So I'll say due now or due in the next 30 days. And click finished. Now that we've created the set, we can create a report based on that. So in this case, we're going to use a custom volunteer list report. So go to reports, expand volunteer list, and we'll create a new one. On the options tab, we can choose how it's sorted. I'll leave this at the default and go to fields. So here we can choose what pieces of information to include. So we'll want a name format here. You may also want to include some contact information here, an email address, phone number. I'm going to leave those blank, and we'll scroll down a bit to the history tab. And so in addition to including the volunteers who need to complete this item, I want to see the last date it was completed. So I'm going to choose event, date, and expires here. And we're going to limit this to just that checklist item in the next step. So we'll scroll back up to the top and go to the include tab. And here you can choose PDF or Excel format just based on what you prefer. And then we can choose which volunteers to include. I'm going to leave most of these options at the defaults. And then under set, we'll check this set and pick out our new set from the list. Then under date records, we'll say checklist dates. And again, the one I'm concerned about here is the annual evaluation. So I'll check that. So this will only include date entries for this particular checklist item. All right, so let's go ahead and run this report. So we'll go to the Save tab. We can give this custom report a name. I like to have it match the name of the set. And we can have it run automatically once a month or once a week. In this case, we'll say once a month. I'll pick a different day here. The first tends to get a little overloaded with automatic reports, so they take longer to be processed. I like to get it first thing in the morning, so I'm picking a different day. And again, this can go to the mailbox here in Volgistics, or I can send it out to an outside email address. I'm not going to do that now, but that is an option for you. So I'll hit save and run now. So that will create a new PDF file with that information for me, and when it's ready, I'll get a link here in the mailbox. There it is, so let's open that up. Here I might make a couple different changes to the report. You'll notice there's no space at all between the volunteers. You can add a blank line there. You may decide that you don't really need the name of the event because that's the same for every entry here. But we do get volunteer names, the dates that those evaluations were completed, and the date it expires. So I will get each date it was done for each volunteer. And again, this only includes the volunteers who need to complete this now or will need to complete it within the next 30 days. So I hope that's helpful for you as you kind of look for those volunteers and keep them in compliance with your requirements. If you have any questions about how this works or anything at all in Volgistics, I hope you'll reach out to us and we'll do our best to help you out. Thanks for watching and have a great week.